What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben gaming video here on the channel, and I just want to talk to you guys today and give my personal review of Pokemon Sword, because from playing this game, I have absolutely fallen in love with Pokemon. This is my first ever Pokemon experience. I just want to make that clear for people. I have never played a Pokemon game in my life before. I just haven't, okay? And it's my bad that I haven't, but we streamed the whole thing on Twitch. Make sure you follow my Twitch because there's going to be more Pokemon there in the future, but I had a lot of help from people because this is my first Pokemon experience. I started in a very good place because this game really wasn't difficult at all. And if you guys are interested in starting Pokemon, I very, very highly recommend you do Pokemon Sword on Switch because I've just loved it. I've had a fantastic experience, and it really wasn't a difficult one that I couldn't have done on my own. So I just want to put that out there, though. This is a great place to start. But this game drew me in. So I don't know when you guys are seeing this review, but I started this game on a Wednesday and I finished the story the Tuesday the week after, and I put 24 hours into the game in under a week. So for me, as someone who is 24, works a full-time job, runs a YouTube channel as a hobby on the side, that is a huge amount of time for me to put into a game. And this thing hooked me in. I was thinking about it in my sleep, like, not many games have done that. I was dreaming about Pokemon, okay? Like, not many games do that for me, but this one really did, and it was a strange experience. But I started off as my starter Pokemon as Grookey. I nicknamed him Cutie very, very quick. You guys will see from the footage on screen where I was at. This is quite early game footage, actually, but yeah, I nicknamed him Cutie, and I got Grookey as my first starting Pokemon. He was so cute. I was like, I've got to go for this dude. I followed my instinct and didn't wait for someone to say, right, this is the best starting Pokemon. I just picked Grookey, and from there, I loved him. He was great. I evolved him, you know, gradually. I got him all the way up to level 60 by the end of the game, by the story. And guys, I just can't express how heartfelt I feel right now with this game. This experience that I had was like I've just found gaming again. Like I've just started finding a game franchise that I'm really into all over again. And it felt new and fresh. And I know it's because I've not played it before, but there's probably a lot of people out there still who also haven't played this game yet. And in my opinion, I can't wait until I play Arceus, which is one of the next games I'm going to play on stream. Make sure you guys go down to Twitter and go to Major Ben Gaming, and you can help us out there and follow us. But just going back, so I kind of didn't want to do this editing because I wanted to give my really honest thoughts and feelings of this game, because it's something that I feel is the best way for me to do it. Like, I feel it's the best thing for me to do is just give my complete honest opinions with no kind of no kind of cuts and edits of where I want to start and stop talking about stuff. I just want it to be completely raw. So one of the reasons I think that maybe I connected so much with this game is I know it's not set in the UK. I'm not an idiot. It's a Pokemon game, but it's very heavily based off the UK, which is where I'm from. And you can tell from the scenery, from all the trees, the plants, the mountains, the windmills, the castles that are in the bigger villages that you go to. You can very easily tell when you're like standing on some of the longer bridges fighting people, like you can tell it's very heavily influenced by the UK's kind of scenery. I think that helped me connect to it so much because it's my home country, and it feels like I'm in my home country catching Pokemon. Like, that's what it felt like the whole way through. You get this bike pretty early on to help you traverse the lands. Sometimes there's quite a long distances you need to travel. There's a fast travel system. There's like a taxi system that you can use on the map, and you can select certain points to travel to. That was so helpful. Because you need to go back to certain areas to obviously catch different Pokemon that you want to then evolve and level up to be better late game. I had a lot of help from chat about which Pokemon I should keep and which ones I should kind of ignore. I was taught about the move sets that you can change. You can actually have, obviously my Gyarados that I had, I kind of was putting just all water moves on Gyarados because I thought, well, he's a water type Pokemon and a dragon type Pokemon, right? So I was like, well, I'm going to put all water moves on because I need him to be his strongest. But no, you want to mix and match stuff. You want to have a team of 6 Pokemon that counter every single Pokemon that the enemy that you're fighting at the time can bring out. And I was taught that by chat. Like I had one of, I can't remember the Pokemon's name, but I'll try and find it. But it was like the coal-looking guy. He evolved pretty early on for me. I think actually in the gameplay you're seeing, you may not see it, but Carcoal, that's the one. So he evolved pretty early on for me because I caught him at quite a high level. And I was realizing that, he was a rock and fire type. So I was kind of mix and matching. I had him covered as my rock and fire type, and I had my Grookey as like my leaf and something else. Basically I had a full team at the end that was covering all bases. I like the fact that you can go into the wild. There was these electric point things that if they had purple coming out of them, they're like more rare Pokemon that you fight, and they give you more items as well. Guys, I don't know what to say because I loved this game so much, and I finished the story a few days ago, and I've carried on just catching Pokemon because I'm so determined to kind of just complete the Pokedex. There was never a point where I felt like giving up. There was never even, I mean, I didn't lose a single Pokemon battle throughout this entire game. I did not lose. I have still am undefeated Pokemon battle in this game. And I know it's one of the easier games, but I'm proud of myself for that. I fought all the gym leaders. I did all the league, and I didn't die a single time. There was times where I came very close, and I was able to just about out-strategize the enemy, and kind of pick certain things that I needed to use just to make sure that, I was doing the right thing. But you guys will see on screen, there's so many instances probably in the battles that you've seen throughout this review / commentary, me just talking about my experience with my first ever Pokemon game. There'll be so many mistakes that I'm making. You guys will probably be like, oh, why have you done that? You should have done this instead. Well, yeah, but dude, at this point in the game, I didn't know what I was doing. I learned a lot more further on in the game, and I'm sure I still made a ton of mistakes. But at the same time, like, I wanted to go into this very raw and kind of just create my own adventure. If I died, I died. If I won everything first time like I did, then great. I'm pleased with that. But I just wanted to make it my own Pokemon experience that I was going to enjoy. And yeah, so the game is beautiful. There was a certain section of the game with all these colorful mushrooms at one of the gyms, and it just looked gorgeous. Even on Switch hardware that's obviously pretty old at this point, especially on the OLED screen, I might add. This game popped so much. Obviously, I played a lot of it on my monitor because I was streaming. I had to have it docked, but this game just looks gorgeous throughout the whole thing. I love that you can just go and revive any Pokemon that have been killed. You don't have to use any of your own stuff if you're not in a battle. Obviously, if you're in a battle, you can revive your Pokemon, but you can just go to the local Poke Store and revive your Pokemon, buy any balls that you want to buy. You can buy some obviously heals and stuff like that, which is very, very helpful. So that was really nice to know that I didn't have to be, I wasn't suffering the whole time thinking, oh, I've got to go all the way back to this place all the time to pay to revive or whatever. So that was great. I love that you level the whole team up at the same time, whatever team that you've got, as long as the Pokemon aren't dead, you can revive them, level them up at the same time. Apparently in the older games, is something I learned on people from stream, that wasn't a thing. You leveled each Pokemon up when you used them. So that was a very, very easy user experience for me, just to level up my whole team while I was going. And I looked ahead a little bit. I didn't cheat necessarily, but I googled some of the gym leaders Pokemon when I was fighting them, and I was kind of like, right, this is this type, so I know that I need to use this type. I kind of looked ahead because I'm new to the franchise, so I don't know what any of the types are. And it very much helped that there was so many places like Pokemon DB, the website, where I could just quickly look and be like, right, this is this type. I need to make sure I can counter that with this. And that helped me so much throughout the whole thing as well. And I thought that was really, really cool. But to be honest, I just want to talk about my experience as a first-time player and how this game drew me in and gave me a gaming experience that I haven't felt in such a long time. This was a fresh new experience where I felt I dived into something and it felt like a whole new magical world that I want to just go back in all the time at the moment. Like, I'm so eager to just constantly pick up my Switch and carry on doing what I'm doing. And I'm so excited for Arceus because I know they've changed the type up. In my personal opinion, I don't mind that they have changed the type up. I'm going to go obviously play the game at the end of this year coming out. Brilliant I can't remember what is it Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? No, it's not. It's whatever the ones coming out at the end of this year are. I'm so excited to play those because they seem like they're going back to this type of kind of the world and the way that the battles work and stuff, which I'm very excited for. I'm definitely going to be doing that. But also Arceus is very different and it seems very open world. One thing that I found strange was there's no dialogue. Well, there is dialogue, or there's a ton of dialogue in this game that you have to read. There's no voice acting. Even a singing scene in this game with one of the gym leaders that you have to fight is like singing. There's no singing. It's just blank. They just move their mouths and you kind of have to, you know, picture their voice and talk yourself through it. And I found that really strange because it was something that just I don't normally experience in a game like this. I'm normally very much like, oh, you know, you just hear the voice actors and you listen to what they're saying. But I actually felt it was an improvement in a way because I was reading it all. I feel like it helped with my imagination of the characters, like a book. People always say books are much more in depth than films because you create your own personal picture of the person's voice, the character. Obviously you see the character in this, but you kind of put your own voice on the people that you're talking to. The same with, you know, each gym leader and stuff. You kind of picture what they're going to sound like. It was very odd though, just having no talking. It's something I've not experienced from a game before, as I said, but I kind of liked it. I liked reading everything. I know they haven't changed that in Arceus. There was a lot of dialogue. I feel like a lot of the stuff, one of my biggest gripes with this game, though, because there is complaints, there always is with games, and everything. There's always something that can be improved upon. And one of those things was the amount of time it would take to skip some of the text, not skip the talking, but if I do an attack with Farfetch'd, for example, and he's a fighting Pokemon and I used Rock Smash, for example, it then has to tell me after I've just done that move that it's used Rock Smash against the opponent. And I'm kind of like, well, hang on a minute. I know this. I just told it to do this. Like, why is it telling me and reiterating it again? And that kind of annoyed me after like half the game. It was constantly telling me everything that I'd already done. And it was like, okay, you don't need to tell me what I've already done. And I'm new to the game. So I imagine how annoyed experienced players are who have seen this so many times. It's just like, well, I know what I've done. You don't need to tell me what I've done. Just carry on. Like, tell me what the enemy's done, great. But like, you don't need to tell me what I've just done because I selected that action and it's something that I chose to do. But loading times in the game going from one area to another, really, really quick. I'm kind of just spitting off and spewing information off from what I'm remembering. The phone was cool, how you could bring up the map and stuff, and you could go to certain places. There was like wild areas where there was bigger Pokemon, more difficult to catch. You wouldn't be able to catch them until like level 55 and above and stuff like that. That was really, really cool. Ending of the game is phenomenal. I'm not going to talk too much about that because I want people to go and play it if they haven't already. But guys, I'm just in love with this franchise. I love this franchise, and it's brought me something new where at the end of the year, I've got these 2 new Pokemon games that I'm so excited to play. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. And I hope from what I've seen at Arceus, they take a few things from that and put that in this new Pokemon game at the end of the year. I really hope they do. But thank you so much for watching this kind of vent and talk about this fantastic game that I feel I'm going to remember for life. I've made some great new friends on Twitch streaming this game, people that I'm going to remember and times that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life in gaming. And whenever I play a Pokemon game, this is going to be what I refer to as my first ever Pokemon game. And that's so special to me. And I can't wait to play more. I felt so heartfelt at the end of the story of this game. And I'm just so excited to play more Pokemon. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this review video was okay. It wasn't really a review. It's kind of me just talking about my experience. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in future videos, guys. Please do consider liking and subscribing. And bye-bye for now.